technology
sure,
or electronic, but
He's
that's all I mean.
electronically here.
Yep.
He might die 20.
Alright.
Yeah, you slew all the
We got chips, cookies,
M&Ms.
beer,
M&Ms.
M&Ms.
You should put those
There would be more M&Ms.
I
Right,
really
then.
wanted like just a fuck ton of M&Ms.
There-
Just a little bit.
If you want to drive to Alborn, they're in my office.
What's your volleyball team name again?
Big Spikings.
Oh yeah, we don't play yet. We don't play you guys till like May.
Yeah, I know. Probably have another 9 o'clock game. We've had like 2 weeks in a row 9 o'clock.
We beat the undefeated team last week.
Did you?
Well, one game.
Did we
They
level
were very
after?
upset.
Nope.
No, we're still level 4.
We're not even close, man.
Yeah, you are.
I should get a level.
Oh, we killed the trolls on the bridge.
Yes.
Hey!
Oh, that was a boat.
Well done.
There
You
it is.
didn't.
There it is.
With
I
this,
drew a picture.
I
you
was
went swimming.
taking off. I
Didn't
went
you fail like
swimming.
3 times or
Yes.
something?
We
They
had, a,
threw a dead horse at us.
we had a hard time visualizing this gate, and we like tried
So
our
if you
best
come
to push through.
Across the deer pond.
Eventually got through.
All right, get
Don't
last.
start.
Go on.
Come on,
Is that an
It's
expansion?
okay. Sit down there.
It's in Reign of Giants.
Who brought these? I love you.
Listen.
I didn't even That's not what I meant.
I only love the
It's right
person
at
that
the end
brought
of
these.
winter.
Michelle, do you have a coaster?
It's right at the end of winter. It sucks.
I don't have to worry about
It
it.
basically
I've never
shows
made
up
it that
and
far.
destroys
You do
all
have
your
to worry
shit.
about it.
I've never
Day 30.
lived that far. Lived that far.
What are you talking about?
Don't
Ski
start.
free?
I told Eric to get it.
Ski free?
Don't start to get
Are you still playing Don't Starve?
No, they're playing
Yeah.
ski free.
Ski free?
Via
Ski
19.
free.
What is it? 1998.
with the Yeti.
With the Yeti.
The Yeti?
Yeah.
The Winter Games?
Amazing. Amazing.
I play Don't Starve.
Well, you play with extensions. I don't have any of the
Well,
extensions.
yeah, I bought the.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Hey, we're just.
I bought the.
You guys were in Baldur's Gate, or we just kind of got you to Baldur's Gate?
Yeah, we just arrived.
We just we
There's a
landed.
place called Baldur's.
We landed in Baldur's
There's
Gate.
a place called Baldur's
That
Gate.
was,
Hey, you're too busy playing WoW.
that was the whole thing.
It's a bustling center of trade.
Playing Baldur's Gate.
Are we gonna go to EverQuest?
Neverwinter.
You are on your way to Neverwinter. That
Yeah.
is north of Baldur's
Thought we
Gate.
just played old RPGs.
Waterdeep.
Lords of Waterdeep?
Can we play Mud?
Would you like to be one of the lords of Waterdeep?
Yes, please.
Okay. We get there eventually. It's like chapter 8. Okay, so you guys are in Baldur's Gate. Do you remember why you're going to Baldur's Gate? You want me to
To
re-explain?
see Elderon.
Elrond.
Yeah.
Eldritch.
El Turel?
Is that his actual? What's
El
his name?
Turel?
What's his name?
That was the
Leo-
name of
Leo
the
said-
city.
Atkins
Leo
Celebon?
said-
That's the only name.
Leo.
No, he's the one that.
I have Atkins Celebon written down. Atkins Celebon? That's the name I have written down somewhere. It's not
Yeah,
I have a
Onthar,
member of the Harvard.
Onthar was
Yes,
the dwarf who invited some of you to be orders of the,
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah.
in the order.
Yeah.
I felt threatened, I remember.
I'm a Harper.
Yes, you have 2 Harpers. Zoria and Manny are Harpers. And
Yura.
Yura is a Harper.
3 Harpers.
Uther is Order of the Gauntlet, and Temin is a man under his own.
Unaligned.
He's a
Temin's
man.
an
He's a
idiot.
man, an island unto himself. Okay, so he put you on the boat because you're tasked with, and you agreed to go and try and follow the trail of treasure that's being hauled north by the Cult of the Dragon.
Yes.
Right.
Follows the
Sorry, so
treasure.
you've been tasked to go to Baldur's Gate and meet up with
And we're gonna be undercover. Is that what?
yeah, Akin Celeborn. That's who you
You
have.
nailed it.
Atkin.
I wrote it down for a reason.
Akin Celeborn is your contact. He's he operates a business on the outer city, north of the wall. So he can help get you hired on as guards with a caravan
Right.
that will be heading north towards. You're not going all the way. You're going to Waterdeep. You're not going all the way up to.
We're going to Waterdeep?
You think at least you're going to get to Waterdeep following these guys. Waterdeep.
When we get there, can we play Lords of Waterdeep?
You could. You're not a lord yet. You're a lowly 4th level elf.
We can get
Um,
hired. Go on quest.
You're not even a good 4th level elf. You missed like 5 shots last time.
Listen. Shut up.
Not that he's keeping track.
He doesn't have anyone's stats but other people's failures.
I did write that down.
Did I fail?
Yeah.
I think about the bone.
No, I can sell about.
Alright, so
So the road from Baldur's Gate. This is your background information.
Okay.
The road from Baldur's Gate to Waterdeep is about 750 miles.
Oh shit.
not bad.
By horse-drawn or freight wagons. Like they go about 15 miles a day. So this is a 2-month trip. Okay.
2 months?
You should be expected to travel for 2 months. And I think you guys, did you guys get paid? Did you
No.
mark that down?
Yes, 50.
50
gold
gold
each.
pieces. Yeah.
Mhm.
Why?
We offered those trolls.
I talked him into it.
The trolls?
Yeah, it was for travel.
I loot the
No.
trolls.
The trolls.
The trolls
wanted to.
wanted the money,
Yeah.
and you fought off the trolls.
We tried to lowball them.
As a team,
We
you fought off the trolls.
Try to Okay, so some of us fought the trolls. Some of us opened a gate.
Some of us had to
So
save our boats.
you arrive at the south end of Baldur's Gate by boat, by your lovely little boat, and you have to travel through Baldur's Gate to get to the outer city on the north end. So Baldur's Gate, just for your information, it's a narrow. The streets are narrow and steep. Think of them as sort of a medieval town. They don't allow carts or wagons into the city, which is why the trade sort of happens to the north and to the south. You come into the south end of the city, where the river and there's the road that goes to the south. So there's a lot of bustle and trade on the south end. But through the city, you see a number of, I guess, sort of couriers or other people shuttling goods and services through the city on these narrow streets. So you can travel through the city. I'm assuming you guys want to go just get to meet Akin. So as you're traveling through the city as a group, it's fairly uneventful. I just need a perception check.
You gonna use your app?
Yeah.
Oh, natural 20!
Natural 20.
On a fucking perception check.
Well, I guess we don't need to roll then.
9.
No.
I think that's not edible.
15.
Plus.
Have you seen Haas's program?
It rolls dice. Cheats.
Neon green dice.
I don't really need to roll. Lee rolled an nat 20. She's gonna see everything.
Which is good.
I'm not gonna tell you.
So on your travels through the city, Zoria, you notice that there's a number of sort of
It's more fun to
I don't
roll.
know what they call them actually, but they're being carried. People being carried around in these because they can't be taken through the city on carts or wagons. People are being carried around, not even the rickshaws, but
Those things they put on their shoulders?
palanquins. Is that I think what the name of them are? So people will 4 guys will carry
Yeah.
this thing
Yeah.
through, and someone will be sitting in a
Yes.
chair inside. It's sort of curtained off.
Yep.
You notice there's a number of them going through. Most of them are pretty nondescript. One is going through, and you notice as it passes by you, you catch a bit of a glint in your eye, and you turn. You just catch the vision of a half dragon through this curtain. His scales glint with the light. It's not the same one that you came across earlier because he is black. He's a black half dragon. And he's been carried through the
We didn't notice the
through the city.
I don't see
You don't see color.
Oh, with a 20, you see it.
That guy's hella black.
In fact, you rolled a 20, you're really racist.
Yeah.
You should be sitting in the back of that thing.
You didn't roll a critical fail.
Okay, so that's really the only thing you notice, other than there's a number of people hustling things through the city. You don't recognize them, any of them, as specifically as members of the Cult of the Dragon. But anyways, you make it through the city, it's uneventful. You get to the north end of the city, and you notice there's sort of there's a number of tents and camps. There's many wagons sort of parked outside of the city. People just sort of hustling and bustling around. You make your way over. You know that where Akin Celeban is because you were told that he is sort of a materials dealer. So he sells tack, rope, grease, chains, wheels. So he's sort of an equipment dealer, and he's got a number of wagons under repair. Just sort of a normal guy, but you meet up with him, and he puts you into contact with a number of he tells you that there's a group of wagons heading out of town that will definitely be a number of cultivated dragon wagons traveling with this caravan. And he puts you in touch with he tells you he wants you to go and speak with Yuleton. He's a merchant. He is actually going to be transporting. He's a fur and hide trader.
Okay.
But he has had a pretty successful hunt. So he's actually taking 2 wagons with him on this journey. So he does need additional guards. So it would be a good opportunity for you to be hired on as guards with this with Ulitin. And Akin basically tells you to sort of approach the caravan and present yourselves to Ulitin, give him your name as recommendation, his name as recommendation, and try to get hired on. So
All right.
So
we'll start there.
this is like the undercover thing.
Well,
Who are we trying to infiltrate?
I think we should kill Yulton.
But
Nope.
keep Ulton alive.
Yes.
Kill Yulton?
He's a double. All right. No, I think it would be probably best to get in on this action while we can.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, this is the undercover.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely. Who wants to try and negotiate with Yulton? Who's got the best?
His name is Ulton.
I thought it was Yulton.
Yulton.
It's Ulton.
Yulton.
Plus 3
Yulton.
to charisma.
Like as in Yule.
Yule.
Well, I've got +2 to persuasion.
Do we even need that though? Because it's
That's
CV.
No charisma.
I have a plus. How do I not have anything persuasion but I have a +3 to charisma?
I have a +1 to charisma.
Garbage.
My charisma's 12, and I have a +1.
Yeah.
That's terrible. I was 16.
And then
Plus 3.
14 plus 2.
Yeah, I had charisma. I remember that last time.
All right. So you
So
should
here's
be
your.
talking.
You have a couple of choices.
Oh,
If you want to get hired on, you can represent yourself in a couple of ways. One way you can represent yourself as a guard, so just a physical guard. You're there to protect the wagon from attackers and other dangers on the road. The road is dangerous. You're going to travel through some pretty dangerous areas.
And wacky adventures.
The other way you can get hired on you could be hired on as sort of a assistant. So you could be there. You could be tending to the horses, tending to the wagons, making sure everything is, setting up camp at night, cooking, those kind of things. So you can decide. You're more likely to be successful with a athletics check, which is based on your strength value for being hired as a guard, and more for charisma, for a persuasion check to be hired on as a basically kind of like a teamster or assistant. They call them teamsters in the book, but you're basically there
I
to
think
help
I
manage
should be a
the-
teamster.
I'm a +4.
I
You
feel
don't
like
have to, and you don't have to all do the same thing.
Okay.
I'm gonna
I
be
feel
a
like we all have to
teamster.
try and get ourselves hired on individually, as opposed to like, hey, let's be one group.
Why?
But both my charisma and strength aside, so.
Okay.
My
So
strength is quite good.
let's head over to Yulton's and let's figure this out on the way.
Dum, dum,
Why are
dum,
you
dum, dum.
doing that?
I'll add the music later.
Well, you don't see that. He does this all the time, but you don't see it on the camera, do you?
I think we need a video now. Okay, well you know where they are. Akin points them out.
Yep.
You can head over in that direction. You see a group of wagons sort of set out together. You see 8 wagons sort of in sort of an area. Looks like there's a number of preparations going on. And you actually see the palanquin that Zori noticed the black dragon, black half dragon riding in, set beside one of the wagons.
Guys, it's that guy from the thing I saw.
Real specifics.
Not-
Yeah.
Not Yulton's wagon, but another one of the wagons.
I kind of want to go and talk to that guy.
The Black Dragons?
Yeah.
I don't think you speak Draconic.
Oh, who speaks Draconic?
Eric does.
You want to
Yeah.
go talk to him?
Emin does.
Maybe we can get in his way.
Let's get a job first, and then go talk to him.
Is he going to be
Okay.
traveling?
What do I
with
want to?
that caravan?
What do I want to
Or
ask?
why don't
Not
we-
a caravan.
Let's
What
talk
do-
to Yuletide
what
and
do-
ask who that guy is.
What do I want to ask the dragon if we're gonna Talk.
No, let's go to you
Okay,
yeah,
first.
let's
you
do
know
that.
what
I'll
you
remind
wanna
you.
do.
I'll remind you of the mission that Leosin sent you guys on. And they're on
Not to get
which was
discovered.
That you're supposed to follow these guys.
And not
Figure
get
where the
this
hell they're going. Don't. You're not supposed to be there.
So,
Stop.
so
Listen,
where you guys,
DM.
where are you guys going?
Hey,
I'm just reminding you what happened last time. What you agreed to for your 50 gold.
Listen,
just
DM,
remind you that we're
we
playing.
do what we want to do.
You do whatever the hell you want to. You
Okay.
got your 50 gold. This guy's like he's like 400 miles to the south.
All right. Let's go say hi to Yilton. Let's stop.
Okay.
All right.
What's up, Milton?
So you go walk. You go and you're gonna go
Hey,
find
white dog.
Milton.
Why dog? I assumed it was an E.
Dog.
So as you approach the wagons, you can tell where they are because they stink. I mean, it is like a rancid, rotting meat smell. There are hides piled up all around outside of these wagons. Of course, they're in different stages of curing. There is a lot of them, a lot of these furs and hides. You see Yulton. You were given a description. He's a bald male human merchant. He's probably about 300 pounds, not a skinny guy. And he is he's sitting there amongst the smell doesn't seem to bother him at all. He's just chewing on a piece of meat, just basically just eating his lunch. He's got a couple of assistants with him. They're sort of moving around, trying to move furs and take things and do all sorts of organization of inventory of what furs and hides and starting to pack some of the wagons.
Okay.
Excellent, well met.
Oi!
Yilton, we're looking for work.
Wait,
Yeah? Who sent you?
He's the charisma guy.
Sullivan sent
you know,
us.
he's got it all.
Celadon.
Yeah.
Oh, Akin? Old Akin?
Akin.
Oh,
Yeah.
old Akin.
Dropping names over here.
Akin's,
to come see you
Akin's a
for work.
good egg. Yeah, he does a good job. Worked on my wagon there the other day. I broke a wheel on the road coming back south from Waterdeep.
I hear you're going north.
We are. I'm looking for workers and I'm looking for guards. Which one are you, you young woman dwarf?
Guard.
Dark.
You'll see no unmatched
Guard, are
strength.
ya? Alright, you're gonna try and impress him?
Sure.
I'm gonna make an athletics check, please.
15.
15 plus. You have any plus?
Plus. I think it's kind of more in here. Is it strength?
Yeah.
Plus 4.
Plus 4. Oh, you look like you know your way around a sword. I'll pay you 10 gold a week. How's that sound?
Well, I don't use a sword, so my great axe can help you.
Alright, well, whatever.
Yeah, 10 gold sounds fair.
Alright.
No, I walk up and I'm a male, so you're gonna offer me 20 gold. a week.
Go ahead, you can impress him.
Okay, I'll walk up to him and
D&D
go through
family.
the same rigmarole here
Right?
and
Cool.
say I'm a strong paladin. Who knows my
Right,
way
a
around
couple,
the-
you two look like guards. The rest of you might be good workers for me. What do you? Go ahead, give a bit of a roll there. See these.
Okay, so I
see-
have plus 4 to strength and an additional plus 6 to athletics, so I had both.
Yep.
Okay,
Oh, you impress him.
19 total.
Well, I'd like you to be leader of the guard. I'll give you 15 gold a week. How's that sound?
Oh,
Say 20.
that is feminism.
15's you're leading the guard. 15's what I pay.
All right, I'll
Don't
take
like
it.
it, find something else.
I'll take it.
All right, that's what I like to hear. The rest of you, the 3 of you, I'll give you 5 gold a week. You'll work hard.
You're workers. You're not.
You'll get paid. You'll eat well, and you'll be able to travel with us. I won't expect much out of you other than to start a fire, set up the tent, load the wagon, unload the wagon, take care of the horses, mend my clothes, cook my meals. And you'll have to walk most of the way. My 2 guards, of course, will be able to ride in the wagon, but you will expect the other 3 of you to walk.
You really shouldn't expect much out of them.
Yeah, they're.
Why are the guards sitting in a wagon? They have to guard the thing while we're walking, right?
Well, we expect the guards to be take action when there's action to be taken.
You're gonna, we're trying to get on the mission and we're like arguing with the guy about like I don't want to do that.
What's your name?
He's
Hush,
Manny.
Manny.
Sorry.
All
My
right,
friend here is clearly just overexcited about the offer and will gladly
I
take
just
it.
hate walking.
You love walking. You're a druid.
Well, it can turn
You
into
like
a
long
habit.
walks in the woods.
I'm an exception.
You're a very good
You're the
druid.
non-walking sedentary druid.
I tie a rope around the wagon and cast levitate on myself.
No.
All right, let's do this.
So you're gonna
Yeah,
get 40
probably
gold a
fair.
week, and what did I say how long it was gonna take you to get there?
How many weeks is it going to be?
We said 2 months.
2 months.
8.
Do you want to get it all up front?
They get paid when we get to Waterdeep
Just leave.
safely and with all of my merchandise in tow.
Good luck.
Just think with all that money up front, we can buy our own horses and not have to
So
walk.
he's gonna give you guys as a group. You're gonna get 360 gold pieces at the end of the trip, as long as things go well.
I'm
We'll leave
sure
first
they
thing in the
will.
We'll leave first thing in the morning.
Okay.
Yes, I get to heal.
Is
We're on like a long
there?
rest
We're
anyway.
doing
Are
it.
we?
Oh,
Are we?
Yeah, you're a long ride. You're back to full.
Yeah,
ride.
now
You're
you
fine.
said 360 as a group here, but I didn't agree to split my income.
Well, we'll break it out at the end.
Yura goes to the nearest pub.
Yeah, great. Long journey. Let's get drunk before we go.
Are we staying overnight at their place? Is this what's happening?
Sleep under the stars.
You can go back into Baldur's Gate and stay at a tavern or something. You can stay
I
by
want to
the.
get away from this stench.
You can. The stench is pretty rude, so you may not want to stay right here, but it's up to you.
Right. All right, Yolton, I think we're gonna go tuck in with an inn, see if we can catch some entertainment for the evening before we make the trek. I think one last night before we carry on,
Sleep in a nice
I think
bed.
is
I don't
Is
care.
it-
Be here tomorrow morning at 6 a.m.
All right then,
Standard
sir.
time?
6:20.
So you go spend the night at the inn. It's fairly uneventful.
For
because I
free.
Don't want to
Because
make
I
any
sing.
noise. Yes.
pay for
Are
all
you
of our
singing
stuff?
again?
Yep.
They asked you not to sing and they'll give us free lodging.
I thought you were more of a poetry
Yeah.
person.
I'm everything. I do everything.
But isn't a song really
Everything? Anything? Okay, so you return back to the caravan in the morning. Again, there's about 8 wagons in your caravan. They're preparing to go. There's a number of guards. You do notice that the I keep forgetting the name. The pelican that is carrying the black dragon is gone.
And the black dragon's gone.
Well, you're not looking into the wagons here, but you don't see. Obviously, he's not walking around in the open.
Okay.
And 2 halflings sort of totter up to you guys as a group, and a male and a female. Male halfling is. Yeah, hey guys. I was told by Yulton that you were joining as guards. Most of you. We do expect you to guard the entire caravan here. We're sort of protection in numbers, and I've done this trip many times, and I normally would just guard it myself. I'm a pretty adept with a sword and a dagger.
Sure you are.
I've fought off my share of hobgoblins and ogres.
So if we let you two be guards, but
So you're
not
like
us?
level 5, level 6?
Well, we're not don't necessarily guards, but we're the sort of taking control. They're the sort of the managers of this caravan. These two. That's how they present themselves. So they're the ones organize things, and they've got everybody sort of this is the order that the wagons are going to travel and so on and
So
so
don't actually
forth.
really do anything though.
Well, they're hired on as by the group to make sure
They're union.
they're unionized. Yeah, we're unionized.
Middleman.
Unionized. Halflings. We're good. We've organized the union years and years ago. So the male one seems to be doing all the talking. The female halfling is just sort of staying there.
Yeah, of course.
Sort of, listening. We're gonna get underway at 6 o'clock. We're gonna travel. We're gonna go about 15 miles a day. Figure the trip's gonna take us a couple of months, so hopefully you've got everything ready to go. And if you want, I can introduce you around to the other members of the group. I will warn you that probably there's a number of wagons here. Yulton's probably the friendliest of the bunch, unfortunately. But anyways, we hope the trip will be uneventful. But we'll be ready to go shortly. sort of totters on.
What's your name? Oh, what's his name?
Enom.
Enom.
name's
Enom,
Enom.
how many of us are there traveling in this caravan?
Well, there's 8 wagons in the caravan. Each wagon's got about 5 people with it, so that's about 40 people.
How many of them are warriors like myself and
Well,
you're-
we you know, like I said, I mean, I could certainly guard the whole caravan myself. You know,
Oh, yeah,
I'm
of course,
pretty
yeah.
I'm pretty handy with the dagger, as I said before. But you know, most of the wagons, you know, we get there'll be somebody sort of in charge of each wagon. Each wagon's got a couple of guards and usually one person who's, you know, in charge of the horses and, you know, it sort of drives the wagon
Right.
and takes care of general business for that wagon. So you see the wagons usually have a guy who owns the wagon, a guy who's sort of like in charge of the horses and maintaining the wagon, setting up camp, and then each wagon has a couple of guards. So you guys are a little bit on the low side. You got sort of 2 guards for 2 wagons, but you've got an extra person sort of helping out with that.
Perfect.
Yeah,
How
but you're
many-
trying to stay undercover anyway, so it doesn't really hurt you.
Anybody here who's you were saying that some of them are not as friendly? Anybody you don't we should keep an eye out for though you don't trust very much, or you seem like friendly guys? Except you.
Well, you know, I'll tell you that we've got, fortunately, I should say that we've got one good wagon in this group that you're lucky to have here, and his name's Boyd. He's a half elf. He transports beer and wine,
Oh.
and he's always willing to sell. Now, he may not be the cheapest one you've ever bought wine or meat or beer from, but he'd certainly be happy to have a glass after a long day of traveling. I know there's going to be a lot of walking to do, and this druid over here, from the look at you, I can kind of tell you're not a big walker, so you may be in for a frothy beer at the end of the day. It might do you well. So Boyd would be somebody. Boyd is somebody you should look for. He doesn't have any guards with him, but
Okay.
he's got he himself and his bartender with him will certainly keep you entertained.
Wait, there's him and a bartender. There's 2 people.
Well, it's like that thing. Boyd and his driver, who else?
Boyd.
Oh, right, okay.
I'm sorry, what's
Boy
your
or Boyd?
What's your name again?
Enom.
I think there's a D.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Boyd?
Boyd.
Yeah,
Boyd.
That's why I wrote it down.
Boyd.
Enom. That's weird.
You'll see that you see one wagon
You can
that's.
say
He points to the one wagon. This wagon over here, it's very ornate. It has like wood carvings on the side and things like that. Because this is, that's Luel's wagon. Luel.
God damn it. Bob, it's Bob's wagon.
She's an elf. She's not the easiest elf to get along with.
An elf, you say?
But she's transporting exotic woods
Exotic, you
to
say?
the north to furniture makers in Waterdeep.
Yes, you would.
But I probably would steer clear of her if I were you. She's a, you know, really doesn't have much time for anyone who's not an elf, and even those who are elves probably wouldn't see, you know, have too much time with them. So.
Also, yes.
Down to free.
The other merchant on this trip is his name's Lee. Lee is he's a dwarf. You see that guy, or you don't see this dwarf, and his beard is impeccable. It's curled
You
on the
jealous?
side. He's got a bit of a curly
he's a
mustache. He
I
looks
can make
very
that.
well appointed. He's wearing very fine clothes. He goes, Lee is he's a very rich dwarf. He's made his trade in fine oils and perfumes, and he's actually transporting oils and perfumes, you know, to Waterdeep. He's a cheap son of a bitch, but he certainly is and he's got a couple of guards with him who look like serious business. He goes, again, not the nicest guy to deal with, you know, but that's the other guy. He goes, those other caravans over there, they pretty much keep it to themselves. He points to other sort of nondescript wagons, 3 more nondescript wagons. They've sort of kept to themselves. I've never met these guys before. They certainly have a number of people walk around. You kind of recognize them as cultists, dragon cultists. You know, you kind of just know
The
from
robes.
seeing them around in the camps and things like that. They're not really wearing their robes outwardly, but you can kind of tell from the colors and things that they wear.
Oh, see. Are they all Cult of the Dragon people?
No.
Okay.
Just these group.
This group. Okay.
Yeah, you haven't seen elves or dwarves in the Cult of the Dragon. They all seem to be humans. There were kobolds before. None of these guys are kobolds.
Okay.
And then dragonkin or half dragons.
Okay.
Also, we can see some dragonkin.
No. I'm just saying
It's
that,
not
that all you've
part of the
seen,
Cult of
all you've seen in the past in
Okay.
the Cult of the Dragon stuff is that you've never seen a dwarf, halfling, elf, anything like that, other than the dragonkin and the kobolds. But they're not kobolds; these are all humans. I don't know much about these guys. They paid well to be part of this caravan, and they do provide some muscle, which is good. But anyways, they've just. I've asked a lot of questions, and they don't really want to talk to me, which is unusual because I'm such a happening guy. I mean, everybody wants to be friends with old Enam.
Did they tell you anything that you could share with us?
Yeah. What have you asked them?
Well, I mean, we're gonna have a lot of time on the road, guys, so maybe they'll open up to us later.
We
But up
just
until
go right
now,
for
they're
it.
fake, so.
Anything interesting related to our mission?
All right. When's this thing gonna get going?
Are you
What time
asking
is it
Let's
me?
now?
go.
Why are you asking me?
5:59. Let's head out.
Yeah, perfect.
According to the sundial, it's
I wake up
5:59.
in the tavern. Oh shit!
Oh Christ.
Don't worry, the Hobbit can do it.
So you head on the road. If you want to do anything on the first little bit, you can let me know. But basically what you're going to travel through, you've been told a little bit. Enon tells you a little bit about the travels to the north. There's the first. He goes, the first couple of weeks should be pretty uneventful. It's well-traveled roads. There'll be some small settlements as we go. Of course, we'll travel through the Troll Claws at some point, which is a bit of a, there could be some dangerous areas there. Of course, where caravans have been known to be attacked. We should be able, about halfway through our trip, to spend a night in a bed in Dragonspear. It's probably the biggest town we'll pass on the way through. There'll be another probably a month, 4 weeks traveling the Tradeway north to Daggerford, which is a small town that has a river crossing, and then we'll be in the final stretch, probably another 2 weeks for us to get to Waterdeep, where we'll break off, and that's sort of where we're going to end this caravan, and we'll probably split up and go our own ways. That's the information you've got for the trip.
What's the order of the wagons?
Right now, the order of the wagons is he's got the 3 wagons out of the cult guys are at the front of the cart. Of course, Enom and his, we're not sure who she is, but the other halfling, they basically ride up at the front. You observe over the first few days, so we'll just go for the first few days, is that, generally you speak to some of the other guards. The Cult of the Dragon guys kind of keep to themselves, but the other guards who are with the other wagons, again, they're this is old hat to them. They've done this trip a number of times, some of them. Some are veterans, some are, it's their first time on the trip. They seem they can handle themselves. People are generally friendly, even the guards for the merchant and the people who are working for the merchants who sort of have that odd reputation, and you haven't dealt with them directly yet, because they kind of do keep themselves as well, unless you want to interject in them. They're generally a decent group, and the first couple of weeks on the road are pretty uneventful. You just spend the night together,
And we become better friends.
We become better friends.
I want to try and hang out with the bartender.
Eric tells an off-color joke. We're not
You
sure.
want to talk to Boyd?
I want to talk to Boyd
well,
too.
the
Of course, the
bartender.
boundary of the friendship.
Yeah.
Well,
Bartender?
Boyd's the one selling the beer. You can't. The bartender's sort of.
Boyd is the beer wine guy.
I'll talk to Boyd.
Talk to Lee, because that's the only name I can remember.
You didn't write any of them down?
I
I want to talk to Lewis. Sounds hot.
Cool.
I think you're as flooding minds over Lee over there.
Which one's Lee?
Big bearded dwarf.
I was gonna talk to Boyd about beer and wine because I'm the brewmaster.
Do you want to go see Boyd?
Yeah, so you and I go see Boyd.
PB, stop.
Baby, what's happening?
I'm gonna go talk to Boyd. Be like,
Fuck.
hey, what's up?
Who's Boyd?
What's up, Boyd? What is a beer guy?
I hear you got some nice brew.
Oh, he's the boring one.
I'm
Yeah, I want
Boyd's
to
a
talk to Lewis.
half elf.
Oh.
Boyd's a half elf.
we've been at this, and I could really use a drink. You got anything
Well, I'm
you can-
glad you came and asked me, mate. Yeah, help yourself. We got the best beer going.
Racist.
I throw him a gold piece.
Well, that'll get you half a glass.
Oh, great! I'll grab a half pint.
What would you like? I got
It's-
dark beer, I got light beer, I got
just-
red wine, I got white wine,
I'll
I got
take
mead.
I'll take
Do you
whatever.
like mead? I have
Whatever
mead,
you're
a honey
flowing.
mead. Whatever, I'll keep you happy, my friend. My
Whatever-
wizard
Ask
friend.
him about the call.
whatever's flowing. Let's just we're
Well, I've got
It's like-
everything under the sun, mate.
it's like
what would
11
you like?
it's like 11 o'clock. Just give me a light beer.
I like beer at 11 in the
Oh,
morning. Well, we drink any
perfect.
time of the day. So
Yeah.
money
Perfect.
pays.
Here, I hand him my my goblet.
All right. Well, he
Okay.
fills you up with a nice sparkling beer. You have a taste. It's terrible.
Did you get for paying one gold piece, you cheap SOB?
I'm marking that down off of your thing.
all the people
359
here are cheap SOBs.
No, I'll take it off my thing.
Well, we're getting paid as no, yeah, because now you have 49. Because we all had 50 before.
Yeah.
Do we not get anything from the ogres? They had nothing on them.
Well, you didn't search them or anything.
We didn't loot them.
I drink it with pleasure.
I'm glad you like it.
But it was disgusting.
I spit it out.
Ask
Wait, did
him
we
You
all
didn't
have
buy
it?
one.
No,
I bought you
about
one.
the call.
Ask about the cult.
Are we all at the
I
bar?
was like, boy,
Yes.
this is terrible, but it's a long
Terrible.
it's a long
It's
trip.
one of my finest brews.
I'm looking forward
You're
to
not
drinking through.
helping with the asking.
I'm looking forward to drinking through your whole caravan before we even get
Well,
there.
as long as you have the money to pay, I've got the beer to serve.
We'll
I
see
brewed
how-
it for a half day. It's my finest brew.
We'll see how it's.
Hey,
We'll
Boyd,
see how
have
the
you,
trip goes.
Have any of the guards up front come and had a beer?
Everybody's been around for a beer. They're a bit cheap, They're trying to nickel and dime me for a half a glass, but
But when it
I
goes
told
down
them the
to it.
price is the price. They did buy a couple of bottles of wine. They did come by with some money. We took them back to the caravan. They're not quite the kind of jovial folks that want to sit around and.
What's their favorite beer?
Well, I have tried all my kinds of beer.
I mean, what's their favorite kind of beer?
Why do you care about their favorite? You're gonna use that
We
later.
can, yeah.
I bought some red wine to take back. They've had some dark beer, some light. They did like my light beer.
Boy, and how long have you been doing this, caravan?
Well, it's quite a gig, Like,
Yeah.
We've been doing this for many years. I'm a half elf, I have quite a long lifespan.
Right. So you've seen the world a lot.
I've been back and forth this road many times, yes.
You seem like quite the friendly chap.
Well, I'm glad
I'll
you
buy-
see
I'll
that.
buy
How
a
about,
brew.
how about a glass of beer?
I'll buy a full glass. So I'll give you 2 gold pieces.
Well, I kind of like your swagger. I'll give you a full glass for one.
Whoa!
So now, I appreciate you if if it comes to be trouble, I really would love you to if there's something happening around it.
I got
know
your
you
back,
work
boy.
for Ulton, but certainly if there's going to be trouble, I hope you come my way as well. Because he doesn't seem to have any guards. It's just him. and
Well,
his-
you have the most valuable cart here. I will surely be at your side if there's any trouble.
Well, that's great to hear, mate.
As long as you keep filling my glass.
Boy, I'll have some red wine.
Some red wine. All right, lass. That'll be 1 gold piece.
For a whole wine glass. That's very nice. I flip him.
Put in a gold piece. All right.
When
some
I did it, I
delicious
did
red
like
wine.
one of those, like the hand
Yeah,
thing.
a little hand,
Yeah.
a little hand off like that. He's impressed by you.
What's your most expensive drink?
The most expensive drink? Oh,
Yeah.
You tell me what you're
Well,
willing to pay.
No, I'm just
Cheeseburgers.
asking what you have. What's the most
Have
expensive
everything
one?
under the. What would you like? What kind of vintage are you looking for?
Well, I'm just asking. What's the most? I don't really want to drink. I just want to. Curious if you carry any good, high quality stuff.
Well, if you wanted to part with 50 gold pieces, perhaps I give you my finest wine.
No, I'm not gonna part for it. Like, out of context or out of whatever.
Well,
Set of
see.
character.
Oh, see, out of character. I was gonna ask to see if the cult ordered some high quality wine for their VIP.
You just ask it. They just ordered regular wine. They came to me. They were willing to pay, just like anyone else. I'll sell you a bottle of wine for 10 gold pieces.
No, I'm good.
All right.
So they kept to themselves. Do you hear any mutterings about that?
As you're talking to Boyd here, as you're traveling, you hear a horn go. Hold up! Hold the caravan!
finish my beer.
Down it.
Down it. Down it.
It
Down
was only
the
half
beer,
a glass
down the
anyway.
beer.
So do we have like oh no, we have horses and we just sleep under the stars at night.
We don't have horses. Some of
couple of
us.
us do.
Some of
You're
us
just
are-
sleeping.
Some of
Yeah.
us are
But, like, we don't have like a cart for us to stay in, right? Like we just sleep under the stars
Well,
at
you
night.
if you want to stay in with the hides and the
Meat
meat and
curtains?
fur, you feel welcome.
So
The meat
nice. So I'll
curtains.
sleep with Boyd. He seems to like me.
I climb the I want to climb the ladder of one of the carts,
Yes.
stand on the roof, and see what's going on.
So you stand up on the cart. Can you make
Oh,
a perception check,
Perception
please?
check.
We're all going with him because we all want to roll perception checks. Oh crap.
Nope.
That's a 1.
What's a perception
I'm not.
check
I'm not
plus?
climbing up. I'm
7.
just gonna hang down.
It's on your thing. Right?
Wait, let me roll.
I'm hanging out with Boyd. Just
Okay,
chitty
we don't
chatting.
see anything out of the ordinary except
wait,
you
wait,
see.
wait. I haven't rolled.
What's perception check besides the perception, or is that it?
It's
That's what it is,
perception
just
plus
perception
wisdom.
plus wisdom.
I'm
Maybe
a
the-
7.
Maybe the wizard should.
What's a 10? Why is it at 10?
I got an 11 total. It's weird that you added perception on top of your wisdom, but I guess that's because you only have a few of them have it, right?
What does
That's
that
right.
mean?
It means that's your level.
I got 11.
Okay. Well, you're
These
kind
are
of
the
looking
stuff
around
that
trying to figure out what's going on. You
when
see
this
these.
goes to 12, You'll get a
Number of the
plus
guards
0.
and actually some of the workers as well are
Actually,
sort
it
of
should be
rummaging
0,
around
yeah.
looking for.
Okay.
They're getting bows and crossbows
Uh-oh.
and arrows together.
Oh.
I don't know what you guys are looking at. I don't see anything.
You didn't see it?
I
It's the
don't see
most
anything.
beautiful golden
Yeah.
stag we've ever seen, just on the top of the hill. We just
A
saw it
golden
go
stag.
over the crest.
We're all like, oh my god, that's
That-
beautiful.
This is the most beautiful fur we've seen. We're going on a hunt.
Is
You
Boyd
can come
looking
along
at this
if you
hunt?
want.
Is Boyd looking at
Boyd's
this
just busy with his beers. He doesn't
What
give a
is
shit.
leave Boyd alone?
hunt? Translate.
Alright, I'm gonna go. I'll go, for
I
sure.
won't participate in this census.
I want this
Alright,
as
so
I
Tim
want
and
this
stand
as an
behind.
animal.
Staying behind, okay.
I'm
you gonna
staying
tame
behind
it?
to guard the carrot.
You can go tame the
Okay.
golden
the cart.
moose.
I'm not a guard, but.
Oh good, let's split up the party.
Alright, split the party.
Yeah, I'm doing what I was paid to do.
I'm not gonna go hunt it, but I've been bored for 2 weeks, so I'll
Okay.
go see what's going
Yeah,
on.
I'm gonna go with the group,
Then I stay behind.
but I'm gonna go with the group from like behind, not really like. I'm gonna follow the group, not be with the group.
Cool, that's really important.
You're either
information.
getting on a horse and going with the group, or you're staying behind.
I'm
Yeah.
getting on a horse.
Huh?
I'm getting on a horse.
Alright.
He doesn't have a horse.
You can borrow a horse. You can
It's on a
jump.
high horse.
You can jump on a horse with one of the guards.
You need to
Or
get
you can
Long
borrow.
Strider.
You can borrow Yura's horse.
You can hop on my horse for 1 gold piece.
Are you staying behind? Yeah, me too.
Guarding the caravan.
You guys
So Ray,
think
you
of
gonna,
I
you
should
gonna use
use.
Yura's horse?
Yeah, I'm using
Yeah.
Yara's horse.
All right.
Yeah, and Tim
that
can
good
hop
with
on
Yura?
mine.
Yeah, we're not moving anywhere.
Yeah, we're staying behind.
Alright.
Maybe I
Alright.
can
Tim and
sleep,
I are on a
sleep
horse
around.
Alright,
together.
Taco.
We're gonna sleep around a bit.
Who's Taco?
We met him in our travels. He likes to stay behind.
Alright, so you
He
ride
was
with the
at taco
group.
stand.
Okay.
There's 8 of you in the group. So there's 5 guards from some of the other. There's actually one of the merchants and a few of the guards. Right up to the top of the hill, and you look around. You don't see anything. Let's do a
Which merchant one?
Oh,
survival check.
what?
Survival.
An earthquake or something?
Well, survival's sort of like tracking and hunting. It's
Oh.
a wisdom.
As
Oh, it's a
opposed
wisdom?
As opposed to staying alive, which
As
is what it
opposed to
sounds
na-
like.
What do
As
I
a-
roll?
As
It's
opposed to
always a D20,
nature.
It's always a D20.
Always a
Could I
d20.
do a,
But-
could I do a
Compare
nature?
it to your wisdom.
Could I
So
do
it's 10 plus
Oh
0.
my god, why are my rolls so terrible?
Could I do a nature
Your
check?
survival.
Wisdom survival is for check trial.
17.
If that was checked, you'd add that and that.
That I'm at a 10.
So you notice the tracks.
Oh. All right.
Do I
we're gonna
notice
hunt
what?
those.
Do I notice what type of tracks they are?
Well, it's a
Those,
stag.
those. So terrible.
It's a
at
giant
this.
fucking stag shot.
All right.
Even I can figure that out, and I got a 7.
All right. Okay.
You should have stayed behind. You
All right. The tracks lead that direction.
Okay, so now everyone's
yells
traveling
and
with
that
you.
scares the stag away.
Which
Black
merchant
dot,
went
black
with you guys?
Black dot.
Yeah, she's got freckles.
Which merchant went with them? The merchant was Luel, the female elf.
Exotic woods?
The exotic woods.
The-
With her exotic wood.
The curmudgeon-y exotic woods.
Can I go check out her caravan?
She left her guards behind, so
Oh, okay.
you can go look around, but they're just sort of hanging out by the caravan. I mean, you can look. You've seen in other than the cultists who you kind of they kind of stand on guard. You know, the oil and perfume dwarf, I mean, his caravan has just got barrels in there. It smells good. You notice, and talking to the guards, he's got perfumes in smaller bottles, but he's got large vats of like cooking oil, other scented oil. So, you know, there's nothing. You don't see anything sort of nefarious. He's got his
Nothing
traveling
suspicious.
gear. They all have chests, of course, that they guard, you know, with their money and stuff. The elvish woman, her stuff is like their boards, but they're different colors of woods. There's some are like, you know, greenish, some are brown. But you notice them. You know, Zoria has some experience, you know, as an elf in the woods. Notice that they are rare types of wood that have come from a long distance away, and they're treasured for carpenters and craftsmen to make furniture, basically, for rich aristocrats and nobles. So
Like the Mormon elves.
Any magical properties to these woods?
some have magical properties, yeah, but they're not made into anything. Like, you don't have the craftsmanship to make a bow or
No.
anything of these things, right? Okay, so your wizard shouts out, and everybody says, "Okay, let's go." So Temin, you're leading the way, I guess.
Well, I'm sitting on the horse.
Oh,
I
we're
can
screwed.
sneak.
Yeah,
You're not with
You're
us,
on a
right?
horse. How are you gonna sneak?
you're riding a horse. Okay, make another. You're into
It
the
says
woods.
tracking can find out size and number. What does that mean?
You know it's a big golden stag.
Why don't you send
Oh,
Alex
good.
or really to scare the head for you?
Okay, yeah.
Owly?
Orally.
Orally?
Oh, really? Yeah.
Orally? Odors?
Orly.
I
Orally.
don't like orally. It's too sexual.
Sneakers.
Orally.
Okay,
It's a
another
really-
survival check, please.
Survival check for my
You
owl?
follow the trail to the edge of the woods.
Wait, okay.
Okay.
Am I doing an owl thing or are we just
Do it for
doing
yourself
a survival
first.
check? Okay, hold up. Link, you're in my way. Survival 0. Okay, that's
Wisdom.
D20. 13.
Are we all rolling?
13.
Whoever's with us, yes.
13 total. Survival check, you said, right?
Did all three of us roll a 13?
I'll give Zoria a
No, 12
bonus
total.
because of
No,
Owly.
13, right?
Orally? Owly.
Yeah, I have 3.
And you notice the trail veers off to the east as you enter the woods.
Can I do a history check on these woods? Will we know of
We're
these
fucking
woods?
old. Probably 18.
Well, history 24. What do I know about these
The only
woods?
thing you can know about these woods is they're the woods. They're not. You're not actually into the. What did I say it was? Troll fence? Not a troll fence. Troll claws. You're sort of at the foothills of the troll claws. So these woods were, you know, they're the myth of these woods was they're once home to a clan of elves.
Mhm.
But they've long since disappeared from the lands. There's no real record of anything. It's more of myth and legend than anything else. So Zoria, you now know where the trail is going.
I'm going to get Orly to go scout ahead.
Okay.
So, I have perception plus 3 for.
Oh, well, now everybody's sort of traveling or tromping around here trying to figure out the way to go.
Do you want a big crowd? Creating a bunch of noise for this thing to run away?
I guess.
One of the guys goes, "Which way did he go? Which way did he go?" Oh, shit,
Everyone
okay.
You should point.
You got your thing that lets us move silently through woods.
No, I do.
What? You just can't make up stuff.
Temin does? Manny.
Really?
I do.
If we're in a forest, you have the ability to have the party move silently through woods. I
What?
wrote her sheet up.
On this.
Oh, that's a saltwater taffy.
You just threw it at me. I
Yeah,
didn't see
that
anything
happens.
on the table, so I
They're in this little box here.
Oh,
One
okay.
left.
Do you have passive
In character, I
abilities?
throw
Saltwater taffy.
Uther a saltwater taffy.
I don't think I do, Eric.
What's your cheat?
Okay, you know the
Move
path,
stealthily, that's it.
the path on which this stag is gone.
Yeah, so I'm going to tell everybody else I went the other way. Doesn't that make sense for me?
Okay, go ahead.
What do you think, OC guys?
Go ahead.
You want
What are you saying?
a stack for yourself?
Don't just say, everybody go the wrong way. What are you saying to these clowns?
What do you guys think?
Split
You're the
up.
one that dragged it.
Let's
Tell us to
split up. Let's.
Tell them to split up and
Yeah.
fan out and
I
go in
think-
the woods.
We're gonna go to the east. You guys go to the west.
That's opposite directions.
Yes.
Can you give me a persuasion
north
check,
or
please?
Are you trying to get us to catch a stag
So-
with you?
Yes.
Yeah, so Lachelle's a
Why are we
natural
going the opposite
sport.
way?
In a forest, we can't be slowed as a group. We can't get lost.
Doesn't matter.
Alright.
Can you make a
I mean, yeah,
I
persuasion
think
Persuasion
she's
check?
trying to get the
Can you
group,
give me a persuasion
like,
roll?
Yeah, I'm
the
going,
people
going.
that are with them to like,
Like, is the
go
whole group
away.
with us? Like, not us, but like
There's
the
8 of you.
other guys in the caravan are with us, right? So she's
There's a
trying
lot
to,
of guys back. Most of the guys stay at the caravan.
Yeah, we're just like a little raiding
so there's
party.
us
I'm,
three plus like 5 other
What's
guys. that
what's
aren't us.
persuasion?
So she's telling the 5 other guys to go the other way.
Charisma.
Charisma. I'm at 7.
Plus.
Wow.
No, that's it.
Hey, it they
So
went
one of the
other way.
guys is like, I think you know where this thing is going. You're an owl. You've got that owl. We're following you.
Can I step in and say that I've been with her for years, and she's telling the truth? Can I persuade them,
You could do whatever you want.
or
They s-
maybe intimidate them a little bit, and that they should listen to the lady and go the other way?
you want to make an argument? You want to try and intimidate these guys?
Well, not outwardly, but
Persuade.
you know,
In-
like I
inward-
say it forcefully, but I don't want
inward
not enough to start a
intimidation.
fight, but like enough
It's
to
really
like.
philosophical here.
Persuade them. It's a persuasion, not an intimidate.
Go ahead, persuade them. It's charisma.
Alright.
You're the one who wants to make shit up.
15 total? No, wait, sorry, 13 total.
Plus?
Persuasion's its own thing. 13 total.
Um,
Or 20 total. 20 total.
He's
That's a
joking.
big jump.
yeah, I know it is. Let's just stay together, right? This elf seems to know where she's going. We're gonna follow her.
Okay,
At least
it's
for
to
now.
the
I slink back meekly.
Alright, it's to the east. Let's go.
Alright. So you all take off
Okay.
together. Okay, can we do one more wisdom survival check, please?
Eight. Not
11.
very good.
18 total.
18?
Uther, you notice has come to a bit of a small little creek here. And you notice on the far side of the creek that there's evidence that a stag may have passed in another direction. It's instead of following the creek, it looks like it's crossed the creek to go to the north. We were traveling east previously.
Hey, I noticed something.
Do we want to keep going? What do you see?
I'll follow the tracks.
Okay.
Oh, the other, but there's something else across it? Is that what you're saying?
Well, you notice the trail across the river.
It looks like the trail's gone cold, guys. Let's head back.
Okay.
I winked to Zoria.
I realized he said I winked to Zoria instead of actually winked.
I said it really quietly.
Why are you
Uh,
guys winking at each other?
let's do one more persuasion check, please.
We really
I said
tried
the
to.
quiet part out loud.
This is for Uther.
Alright,
Just
quiet.
Uther.
15, 16, 17, 18. Plus 3 percent.
Okay, one of the guys, the other guard says, well, I'm going to keep going. I just want to follow this
I'm gonna have
trail
to
for a
kill
little
him."
bit further. And he takes off, and he continues to follow the river. He continues eastward. And he takes his, one of his buddies with him.
3 left.
The other guys, the other guards are left. They're getting kind of tired of this. It's starting to get a bit dark, and they say, "Oh, go ahead. We'll meet you back at the caravan. It's too bad we lost it." And they start heading back. You guys coming with us or what?
Well, we'll head back shortly. We're just gonna
Pick some berries.
have
Ooh,
some smoke a joint, have a beer. We're just gonna lay up here for a few minutes. We're tired.
Just give us
Yeah.
a. We'll meet you there in a second. We're gonna take a short rest, and then we'll
what
meet
I
up
said.
with the group. We know our way back.
Why the hell don't you just come back with us?
We need a rest. We got a woman with us.
Rest, we're all together.
We're
The
not.
woman has got a problem. She's an elf.
We're not as seasoned caravan travelers as you may make us out to be.
Elf woman. What the hell? Why don't you just come back with the rest of us?
He's right. I actually have somewhat of a injury that I'm nursing.
An injury.
Yeah, a bit of a limp.
Just say you have to pee.
Yeah.
Gotta piss in the woods. Go away.
See, it's that time of month again. This is need some rest.
Don't make me burn a spell slot here.
Elves have 4 times in the month. And it's green.
Good, gross. That scares them away. They seem to be convinced that they're not going to leave all 3 of you alone.
Of course.
Well, I'll go back with the guys. All right, I'll come back with you. I really don't need to be out here much longer.
Okay, we'll let the elf take her time in the woods. You could have prayed to a god. You could have done something else.
Admired nature or something. Yeah, I was gonna say.
This is
You could have done something.
poor elven roleplay.
He was the one who said it was my elfin time of the month.
I thought you said that.
No, he did.
I did.
The Temin's not even there. Or Manny's not even there. Okay, so they have all taken off. Uther and Zori are there.
Quick.
Is there anybody else with them?
No.
The guys went down. They're following the river further down.
I know the tracks go across the river, so we're gonna follow those tracks.
Okay.
We're gonna get you that stag, so you can replace Orly.
Don't tell Orly that.
So you cross the river and you notice that on this side of the river you see some stones. Looks like an old wall or something is there. And Uther, you start to feel really uncomfortable. Like you kind of get sort of an itch here, and the further you go, the more sort of disturbed you feel about this area. Zoria seems to be fine. You don't sense anything weird, but Uther has got a bit of a... It's more than a spider sense. So
Like I don't belong to be there, or that something's about to go wrong?
You have a feeling like you should not be here.
Oh, okay. But like she's
Can you
fine to be
pray or
here?
something and figure out what's going on?
No.
You can't
I
do a
cast
thing?
Zone of Truth. I don't have
Can't you do a zone of something?
No. You do something. You're the one that feels fine. I got us this far. I had to use 2 persuasion checks, and you did shit. Again,
I know, this
it's
is-
just like last time.
This
Just like
forest
last
is
week.
making us angry and arguing with each other.
Okay, so I'm gonna mention that and ask if Soria is like, oh man, I'm like something's going wrong here.
Do I?
And
Do I-
what are you thinking?
What do I feel?
Nothing.
You
Dead
sort of
inside.
feel a bit of a... you sort of feel like this feels a bit like home. You kind of haven't had this sense of place since you left your childhood elven home of wherever. You kind of feel like there's a connection here.
There's a connection here. I feel like this is my elven home.
I feel really out of place here. Something's going wrong.
Remember the troll claws?
The what?
That's what I knew about the place.
You're not in the troll claws, I said.
Well, I mean, I'm really good. I can't get lost.
Can we roll perception checks or some sort of investigation?
First I think I need you to do a... I just want you to do a constitution check.
Me
Just a
or
straight up constitution.
me or Uter?
So my Constitution 16, but I have to roll, you mean?
Just roll, yeah.
Right,
You're
so
gonna get a
check.
plus because you have +2, right?
Oh, for the love of God.
9 total. No, it's plus 3 total.
Yeah, +3.
So 9 total.
+3, 9 total. You barf. Like, you lose your lunch. Like, it is getting that uncomfortable for you. You can't seem to
Should have
hold
had
it
that beer
together.
before I came.
That's right. Don't blame Boyd. He gave you his good stuff.
Shitty beer.
Are you okay? What happened?
I don't know. I rolled poorly. I have no idea what's going on.
You're a bad RPG.
I got us this far. I don't know. I feel like shit right now. Something's definitely wrong.
And Zori, your owl hoots at you. And you look and see in the distance, you can see the stags are just up on the hill.
Okay,
Just
I'll
sort of
wait here. You
chilling.
go
I'm
forward.
gonna go up. Stag's up on the hill.
You're
I'm gonna
what?
try to shoot the stag.
Can you
Wow,
roll?
you're gonna shoot the
I
thing.
thought
Right
I'm
through
gonna-
the head.
She can move silently?
Yes,
Through the woods, yeah.
absolutely.
With no stealth check?
I can't get lost. Move stealthily.
Like you made that up. It was part of the.
No, it's her thing. Whenever she's in the forest, because that's her favored
Where does
environment.
that say that?
I condensed it down for you so you can just know when you're in the
Where
fort.
does it say that?
Under feats on the right hand side, Natural Explorer. Then
Oh.
you're-
Natural Explorer Forest. Can't be slowed, group, can't get lost, alert to danger, foraging 2 times food, move stealthily, tracking, can find outside the number. That one?
Yep.
Okay.
So yeah, she moves.
I think move stealthily is plus 10 to stealth checks. That's what mine.
That's what yours says.
Plus
there?
10?
Yeah. If I do a pass without a trace, it's plus 10 stealth.
Well, that's good.
It's different though. Right?
That's a spell, though, right?
Yeah.
So you.
It's up to the DM if you want to make it her roll.
No,
make her roll.
you approach you start to approach the stag. Just as you sort of get within range, the stag turns and faces you.
I try to.
Hello, my
Can I
child.
talk to it? No, I can't talk to
If
it.
you're traveling alone, you can move stealthily at normal pace.
Which you are, because I hung back because I threw up. And I'm really embarrassed. It's like really awkward because I had like all this armor and I bend over.
You hear a voice in your mind
I thought so. I can
Uh,
speak with animals.
speaking to you.
I can speak with
speaking to you in Sylvan.
Go away.
Oh,
Which
so
is
I
a
don't.
dialect of Elvish.
Okay.
Speaking to you in Sylvan, saying, saying, I know that you are on a great quest, and I am willing to tell you your future.
For future, press 1.
And I'm like, what's he saying? What's going on up there?
And he barks again.
Just as you're about to
Um,
yell out.
Who are you? How do you know all of
I
this?
feel I must give you a message.
Go for it.
Come closer.
Uh-oh.
I have primeval awareness. What does that mean?
You're
I know.
aware of primeval.
I'll look it up while you make.
Okay.
You don't sense evil.
Okay.
There's not a. You feel like this is like
gotta
say
freak
you're
It's
out.
a golden
place.
stag. Just walk up
I'm
to it.
just gonna walk up now.
You're like a ranger, right? You're supposed to be communicating.
I walk out. Yes. I walk up to it. Kind of like, okay.
Listen, I will tell you that you must continue on your quest. You must continue to follow the river of gold until you reach the castle in the sky.
Sounds like that.
Unfortunately, your path will be filled with hardship and blood. You see, I will do what I can to assist you. And you see a glimmer, and on the ground appears a beautiful bow.
Oh.
A sparkle and a bow appears on the ground in front of the stag.
Oh. Do I get a bow?
Use this in your quest.
Are you kidding
For
me?
I have seen the future,
I tracked the thing.
and not all of you will survive.
Oh.
Ura is so dead.
Yeah, I vote Ura.
And with
Come
a
on.
with a flourish, the stag disappears.
Wait, who are you?
She's gone.
I did all the work for this, by the way.
You're throwing
This is
it.
garbage.
I feel like I just heard the Great Fairy Fountain.
You
music.
pick up the longbow. Mark it as longbow +1. Magical longbow +1.
Good name it.
So you get +1 to everything?
+1 damage, +1 hit. +1.
I'm just throwing up back there. Just take your time. It's like this majestic thing, and then like 30 feet back.
When the stag disappears, when the stag disappears, you suddenly start to feel better.
Okay.
There's the presence of this powerful magic elven stag thing
And yet you're still throwing up.
is
I'm
gone.
not sure you're sitting on his paw.
What?
You're sitting on his paw.
Oh, sorry, Link.
Phoebe,
Sorry, bud. But you're in my way.
Phoebe, where are you?
Okay.
What are you
Hey,
doing
it's a
today?
magical dog. Magical stag.
What are you
Does it have a
doing?
bow for me?
Huh? What are you doing?
There you go. You got a magical bow.
I love that.
Can I see it?
Need
Welcome.
water?
Thank you.
Okay, so you head back to the caravan.
You're like, did you see it? Nope.
Did you say no? You didn't see it.
No, I didn't see it. It ran away.
Got
What,
away.
you say that to me?
Yes.
Why would you lie to me? What? Why would you not be like, thanks? Yeah, that was the guy who gave me
He
a
did
bow.
see you.
I see
I
nothing.
watched you talk to it.
And you see the bow behind you.
This magical bow, this golden bow.
Sparkling.
What?
Nothing to see here. Can I give him my old bow?
You can give anybody your own.
Yeah,
bow.
give me
Give
your old
you
bow, because
your
I got
old
like
bow.
javelins, but I only have like 5.
I'll give you my old. Here you go, Uter, for tracking.
I've been with you for months now, by the way.
Still don't know my fucking name.
For tracking the stag, I've given you the bow, and I've inscribed your name on it. And you get up and it says Uter.
It says under.
It says Uter on it.
It's account bound now.
And you're like, oh.
This is my stag
So
bow.
add
My
your-
old bow's a cow bow.
Add your bow. Add your longbow there. I give you a longbow.
What was
It's
any properties?
Dex. What is it?
It does nothing. It's
Huh?
just a longbow.
Two-handed
Longbow
dex.
plus 1.
It's a regular.
Yeah, it's one.
No, our old one.
D8.
Oh,
Oh,
it's just
no, it's
oh
just
yeah,
a
just
regular
1d8.
1d8?
So now when you roll, you're adding plus 1, plus 2, and then plus
5.
You're like +8 with your longbow.
You're still not gonna hit anything.
Listen.
I don't know, +8.
You want that longbow?
It's a short bow, isn't it?
No, it's for Uter.
Yura spent this whole time drinking with Boyd.
How
And
Yeah,
still
you're forming a bonding relationship with
I wanted to chat up the guards as we're going.
Yeah, you
Chat
are.
with the guards all you want. They're just
Cool.
regular
I got
guys.
second-hand
Just
bow.
trying to-
Paying job.
With
Just-
the wrong
just trying to
name.
build
I like
up
walking away, I'm all
Friendships.
happy.
Building up friendships. I'm
As long
ready
as you
to.
got my back, we got
You
yours.
throw up on the bow.
Candy on the table.
But he says, could you ride a little away from us? You've been working in that tent with those furs for a little too long, I think. You're starting to stink.
Alright.
But I haven't entered that thing at all.
My bad,
You're
guys.
golden.
My bad.
No, I mean, that's what he says. I
Eric's like,
haven't entered
"I've
that at all.
I've never been in the damn
I've
thing.
never been in there.
I worked with the furs. They called me furry.
I'm a furry.
Join the fur
I'm
pile.
a furry.
Okay, so you get back to the caravan, and you're just going into the troll claw area.
Okay, so we're all together again?
She's been
Yeah, you're back to the caravan. Nobody questions you about your bow. Okay. You just found this bow.
so little. Like,
Yeah.
people
So
on the
I
street
want
and
to
stuff,
tell you,
like, she's
everybody,
so little.
in
Oh,
character.
My dog's
In
still
character.
there all the time.
All right.
Looks
So-
like Zoria's got
I
something
wanna-
to say.
Familiar to her.
Do you?
She's okay.
I want to tell you that I did see the stag. And
You're
no
just
one
telling
else
us, not everybody.
No,
No,
Yeah,
just you except for you.
Uter, let me do it.
He just starts puking again.
No.
Not this time.
not the stag story again.
Every time she tells it, she gets a little stick.
Every time she pulls the boat to fire, I throw up.
So I saw this gold, or I saw this stag, and it told me about a river of gold, and asked me why they build castles in the sky.
I'd ask you why they built castles.
You're supposed to go to the castle.
It said something about a castle in the
like
sky, and that and it said that
Somebody
not
done that.
everybody will make this journey.
Not boy.
Does anyone know? Does anyone want to do a history check about a river of
It's
gold
probably
or a
the idiots
castle in
drinking
the
that aren't gonna make
sky?
it through the journey.
Alright, in my research, I'm gonna think back to if I realize anything of that.
Tell me why.
I rolled a 16.
You can think of a number of rivers of gold, but none of them seem to make
As a dwarf,
any kind of connection to what you're doing.
I want to think of any stone that could, float or be in the sky.
Like,
Wait.
a floating castle?
Yeah.
Tell me why.
Never mind.
Castles in the
You
sky.
just think castles belong on the ground or under the ground, not above the ground.
So no one knows
I'm a
about a
dwarf,
castle in
damn
the
it.
sky either.
I
No
have
one's
no
heard of
history in
this.
that region. No.
It's a prophecy.
Okay.
Okay. So Emon is the guy.
It's our final boss mission.
Enam.
Enom says, be on high alert, guys. This could be a bit treacherous.
What are we expecting?
Well, troll claws, sometimes we've been known to run into a bit of trouble.
Troll claws? This is the forest we're going through?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a area, it's hilly. It's a bit hilly, so there's lots of sort of.
Our DM Bob Ross is.
Hey, Enum, you want a beer?
Huh?
You want a beer?
Enough? Well,
I'll
you
go
know
get
what? I
some.
don't need your help. Boyd and I are old friends. I can get beer anytime I want.
Alrighty.
Yeah. In fact, he brewed a beer named after me.
It's the light beer that he had.
This is the one that threw up.
I threw up that beer. I
It's the
tasted
best
it
beer.
twice.
It's the best beer of the bunch.
That's what he know.
Where are you? You guys are with us now?
Take it from
Yeah.
Old Enon.
We're here
What
now.
did you do while I
Did you
was
guys have
off
a
getting?
blast?
And,
Was it fun?
yeah,
We
what
were
was?
sleeping. I
You were
slept.
doing nothing while I was getting extra armor,
I
just so
slept.
we're okay.
It's not armor, it's a weapon.
I said I was drinking with Boyd the whole time.
It's the one beer there's still nursing it.
I tried to
Yeah.
sneak around.
It's terrible brew.
So what are we gonna do? What are we doing?
I was exchanging notes with him on how to make it better.
Well, Enum
Alright.
said that it's like we should be on guard, so we can't like go to sleep or anything.
Right.
Like I'll go to the kind of.
Can we go
We
to the
should
front?
we
Let's
should
go to the
probably
front.
get through this area as quickly as possible. We
Well, no shit. I think Enum knows that. He's been doing this for years.
you
Kenny.
know we'll
Yeah,
take
what's wrong with you? I know it. Thank you.
Double time.
Thank you, Ooter.
Back out.
I read that on
Damn
your,
it, Enum!
I read that on your bow. I read that on your bow. That's clever. I don't like that.
The next time you get a beer from Boyd.
I invented that, you know, writing names on bows. I invented that years
You
ago.
need to write that
I
the
enchant
bow
the
has
beer.
your name.
all right. Okay.
So you head out the next morning and you start going into these low hills.
Mhm.
And it's about 9 o'clock in the morning and you hear the hold the caravans. Whoa.
The orcs are coming.
What's going on? Perception
happening?
check? Perception.
Well, you just have to tell me where you're going. You're kind of in the middle. Your guy's usually in the middle of the caravan.
We want to just keep going through this troll claws.
Well, you
Somebody
can't
just-
move
somebody else
forward.
stop.
The caravan, the train.
Okay, let's
has
run
stopped.
up and
Let's
look.
go up to the front.
Let's go to the front. Let's go.
So you get up to the front, and everyone's sort of standing around looking. Across the road is a mob. There's about 200 men and
Uh-oh.
women in various forms of undress,
Ooh.
and
My.
they're whipping themselves with flails.
It's happening.
And they're making their way across the road, but they are walking slowly.
As they whip.
Target practice.
Yeah.
Try out your new bow.
Why am I shooting at these people?
They seem to want to die. They're whipping themselves.
Us is like
Who are
Thorn
you?
whip. Thorn whip.
Thorn whip!
Who are you?
You guys like whips?
Enum, have you seen anything like this before?
Yeah, you know what's going on here.
What the hell, man?
I'm gonna let Uther first of all make a
Go ahead, Ooter.
wisdom. I want you to do a perception check.
Hey, make it look at this.
Which is wisdom, so 15 total.
Okay, so because you have a somewhat religious background, you recognize these people because of their practices. They're members of the cult of Lovitar, who are committed to the worship of the Maiden of Pain. So this, you've heard of this, is that these groups will travel in these dangerous areas in order to expose themselves to pain and suffering. It's part of their pilgrimage and their worship to the Maiden of Pain.
I told you.
And then do they like stop when they get to like when they're done the little voyage thing?
Well, they're just sort of walking along the path, but they don't have horses. They're just sort of.
Or when they're done their little voyage, do they stop whipping themselves?
Yeah, your lore knowledge is like this is like a.
This is
They're
the
gonna
thing.
travel.
Like a pilgrimage, right?
They're gonna travel through the troll claws to basically to the other side. They travel through these hazardous areas in quest to look for pain, but they inflict pain
Are
upon
they?
themselves.
Do
as
I
they
know
travel.
if they're dangerous through this lore?
They're not dangerous.
So we
You
just
know
basically
they're
made
not
like
dangerous. They're just
like,
basically blocking your way.
Yeah.
There's no way around
It's like a
them.
herd of cows walking by the road.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
How many? You said like a couple hundred, right?
200.
200 people.
Cow.
Yeah, you see no way to kind of get by them
Can we
without
just wait for them to cross?
going through them. Well, they're traveling the same direction you are, but they're
Oh,
walking.
okay, but they're
slowly.
okay. Oh,
Let's give them some suffering.
well, you want to kill all of them?
Well, they want to suffer.
They're not. They're not dangerous. I actually, I wouldn't attack. I can't attack them. You could if you want to, but I can't because
Can we
there's
force
no
our way
injustice
through them?
going on.
You can try.
Like, is
You can attack them. I'm just saying I can't run in
Watch
and
me
do
whip.
it. Like my guy wouldn't do that.
Watch me, nay. Well, I can't.
there any way to get them off the road?
Enom has been screaming at them since they stopped. He's at the front.
Are they
Get
even,
out of the way! What the hell's
Are
wrong
they
with you?
reacting at all? Like, do they understand our
They're,
language?
they're chanting. They're
Okay.
they're whipping themselves and
Making
chanting.
noises.
They're walking.
He was.
They're not really listening to Enom, but you guys can try something.
What, and they're just humans, you said?
Hey.
Yep.
What is that?
Who do they listen to? They're
No.
pain.
What?
Sorry, he was making noises.
Oh, he can make all the noises. he
Oh, he was making noises when I was trying to move him, and he was like,
Aw.
"Grr."
It's like a religion of pain.
Hmm.
Like, will they listen to me? I've got knowledge of it.
You
So
want to
start
try and talk
talking.
to them?
I don't know what to say. I don't know anything about this. Does anybody?
Say, just make up something about the pain religion.
Do you want
Yeah,
some
you're the religion guy.
I don't know.
Good
But
improv
what,
skill.
but what I possibly say to get these guys out of the way?
Hello.
Hail and well met. How you doing?
Well, one of the ones
Wow.
you can kind of tell.
Stop.
I'll ask to speak to their leader.
Okay, so that's fine. So
There you go.
there you go.
Who's
Finally,
in-
someone decides to speak to the fucking leader.
Who's in charge here?
So you see one guy. He is scarred from head to toe, but he seems to be working with this. He's sort of in the leader's group because. Are you joining us on our pilgrimage, fine paladin? The Maiden of Pain is always ready for new worshippers.
Just figure out their chant.
No, as righteous as your pilgrimage is.
Can you help us bring more pain?
Hi.
Your offer is to slice him a little bit, cut him a little bit, to get out of the way. Move aside, let us
Cut him
pass.
just a little bit.
I'll give each of you a cut with my
We can-
sword.
We can add pain to your pilgrimage if you take longer by stepping aside.
Take longer.
I'm sorry, I took an oath of devotion. I'm here to protect
Who are you
people.
devoted to?
I can't.
Could you not switch your devotion to the Maiden of Pain?
As fun as that sounds, I'm gonna say no, but thank you. Is there anything we're trying to travel? Basically, right where you guys are. Is there any way that we can help you along here and maybe both go on our separate ways?
Well, there's quite a few of us here, and we're just traveling here. We must follow the road. We unless there's a way to bring more pain. This is the way we must go.
We will
You-
we
you-
will we will
bring
cast
the pain.
healing
I thought
potions
we-
upon you if you do not move.
I have Thorn Whip.
You'll get more pain by walking
You
off
offer
the
with
path
platform.
Into the
and
trees.
onto.
No. Let's
The-
do some
They
pain.
want some pain, whatever.
Yeah. How
We
about
can
you
say
guys
that we're
all?
gonna
I've been
non-lethally kill
snaring
or
some
attack them.
strike.
How about you all lay down and we can just drive right over them?
Well, they don't want to die,
We just want pain.
right?
We can say non-lethal hits though, right? We can say that we're attacking them non-lethally.
You can non-lethal
Let's
hits.
go to
There are-
town, boys.
There are 200 of them. This is gonna take some time. Enom's like, we gotta figure out a way to get out of these idiots out of there.
Alright, we need to solve the pain puzzle.
This is a pain puzzle.
So
Why are
nobody
you walking on the
agrees.
road? It's more comfortable on your feet.
No, it's not. It's the road is full of rocks and shards,
Hold up.
and because
What
you're in
happened
the
to
hills,
Purify?
they can't kind of get. It's difficult to move off the road.
Think, guys, think.
What if I tell them the ending to all their favorite movies that they haven't seen yet? Emotional pain or spoiled ending.
Spoilers.
Spoilers.
Do you have something painful?
Ned
I only have
Stark.
Thorn Whip. Oh, Thunderwave!
Thunderwave it!
I could Thunderwave them non-lethally.
You could non-lethally thunderwave.
That's
Well, it's
200
only
people?
30 yards. That's not gonna cover 200 people.
Cast it twice.
I can cast it a couple times. Yeah.
Like literally all my stuff is healing.
Thunderwave's out around you in the circle, though, right?
How
Not
about
in a cone ahead of you.
how about we
It's
get
in
the
a
caravan
square.
to toss rocks at them as we go by them? If you let us go by, we'll throw rocks at you.
You can have some of what's his name's beer.
Boyd's
beer.
Boyd's beer.
Boys
Internal
beers.
pain.
Yeah, we'll definitely,
I pull out a dagger.
Yep.
To the leader.
Jesus. Is this a real thing? Because we are only accepting real things from
He's
now
like,
on.
How about I tell you this? If you help the band out, I will inflict pain to myself, sacrificing
You will
some
join us in the worship of the Maiden of
sacrificing
Pain.
some
Do
blood.
it. Just do it.
Sacrificing
He hands
some
you a
blood.
whip. If you're a part of us,
Do it.
you must
I
take the
prefer-
pilgrimage with us. I have a spare whip.
I
here
prefer
for
to
you.
use my dagger.
We use the
I
whips.
will give
the
some
Maiden
blood
of
to.
Pain does not want to be cut with steel.
200 people using whips. They're gonna be like, yeah, the
You
dagger's
won't
fine.
last, my young friend, my young acolyte. You won't
Yeah,
last the
that's
journey if you bleed yourself. The whips is the way to go.
Eric, do the whip.
Can I ask? Can my friend use his whip? His thorn whip.
The thorn whip. Thorns? We love thorns.
Will you move aside if I get thorn whipped?
Why don't you just let them all get thorn whipped? They all have these
Because
big
then
Thorn
murdons.
will
So then
only
they'll
like
all
one
move
person.
aside instead of having a thorn whip each one. He doesn't have that much.
Well, it's a spell, right? So how much making an effect?
It's
Like, is it just like a
Just
one-person
one
thing, or is it
person, yeah.
giant? Or is it like a group?
actually it is a cantrip. I can just keep using it.
The leader of the acolytes says, "Please embrace me with your thorn whip."
Oh,
Do
that's-
it, do it, do
that's
it,
too
do
Hit
it.
him.
simple for my
Hit him
game.
with
I
it.
was gonna
Hit
say
him, hit him.
Thunderwave. Hold on. It's a 15-foot cube originating from each creature in a 15.
More of the acolytes start coming around. Thorns.
All right,
I
fine.
told you that. I lose literally the first spell I said was thorn whip because they're all whipping themselves.
All right, I'll play
I got
it.
this.
I have
Got this
ensnaring
on lockdown.
strike.
But it's
That's
not
with your
thorn.
arrow.
Is that what that is? I don't know what it is. Ensnare sounds very thorny.
Snare is like a trap. It's
Yeah.
Can
that's
you
what I
please,
did.
for the love of God, before the next session, tell her what her spells do?
Have you never played any RPG ever? They all
I
have
have
ensnaring
the
strike.
snaring strike. What does that do?
All right, thorn whip.
Hey, it's my 4 out of 4 time of the month, as you know.
And it's green.
And it's green.
Okay, so you thorn
Whip.
whip.
The leader.
Throw your thorn whip in the leader.
See, the leader's good.
As you hit the
The
leader,
leader's great.
praise be to the Maiden of Pain. As the whip hits him, you see other acolytes jump in to try and get in on this thorn whip.
Thorn whip action.
And start moving to come to you to get on this thorn whip.
Okay. So I thorn whip towards the woods.
You start putting thorn.
Like,
Oh, they all
I-
Yeah, why
start.
don't you move that
crushing
way
towards
and
you.
we
That's,
start
that's what
going?
I'm doing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's walking that way and then we're motioning
All the
everyone
way.
to start
And
going.
they just crowd him and we never see him
Yes.
again.
Yeah.
We just go on.
So Temin, I want you
Temin.
to. Sorry, not Temin. Manny.
Manny.
So Manny, you're thorn whipping like you've never thorn
What's
whipped
your first
before.
name, Peyton?
Peyton Manny.
Thorn whipping. That's for sure.
You said it's a cantrip, right?
Yeah, I can use it as many times as
That's
I want.
badass.
Can you recognize that by this?
Clearly, he's used to whip before.
I'm like,
He's
That's the
used
last,
to
so
it
you
before.
idiot.
I need you to make.
no, I'm like doing like a whirlwind action.
Oh.
And they're loving it, and they're coming towards you. Actually, moving to that side of the road. They love the thorns. Give us the thorns. But I need you to make an athletics check, please.
Athletics. I'm good at athletics. Yes, I am.
Watch me thorn. Watch me name.
Dice say no.
Plus 3, so 5.
Oh,
Okay,
You
well, you
almost
get
critical failed
you are thorn whipping like crazy to the point where you actually get wrapped up in your own thorns. So
God damn.
deal yourself some thorn whip damage.
So then you're like, yeah, I see what
1d6.
they're on, but this is pretty good.
This is pretty good. 2 damage.
Okay, so you take a couple of damage. They're all around you now, wanting to be thorn whipped like crazy.
200 of them.
watch the back.
I thunder
There
wave.
you go.
You want to thunder wave them out of the way? About the carts
Well,
gotten
I
by
have to
you?
make sure the cars have passed.
The carts
You're
have,
gonna kill
And
them.
then
the carts have passed. The carts have passed.
And I'm like sitting there, I'm like, that was a good job. We did a good thing, and then the cards passed, and then you killed them all.
Thunder wave, they're all gonna die. They're not in great shape. These people, right? Like they're in hurt.
Don't
condition.
thunder wave them, just leave them.
Link,
it's
what did I
2d8 thunder damage. Okay, no.
That's
I
gonna
won't.
kill a lot of people.
I won't.
Including
Okay.
yourself, because you just hit yourself.
You got by them. They're fine. What do you want?
Fingers.
Nothing for you, but
Let me see.
where are you trying to go? I'm trapped.
We solved the thorn whip puzzle.
You solved the thorn whip
Hey.
puzzle.
The pain puzzle.
Unfortunately, that's really the only trouble you have in the dragon claw, in the troll claws.
No trolls.
Really?
Yeah,
The stag and the West people with the fetish.
yeah. Let's do the fetish. That's not the end of the trip.
S&Ms, and we're better friends for it.
They don't give me any weapons.
No, only I got weapons.
You
I
have
picked up
whips.
on
You want
that.
regular. You can have one of their whips.
Or like an armor.
Do you want
or
a whip?
something.
They're
No,
not
I
wearing
don't.
armor.
I have my own whip.
Most of them are naked from the waist
Yeah.
up
Okay.
because they're whipping themselves.
I was really hoping this could be the waist down. Like, they all had shirts, but like nothing else.
They're whipping each other from the waist
That's a really
down.
good fetish.
Yeah, that's a hell of a thing.
What a gross
So,
podcast.
so you get through the troll claws, and the weather turns really poor. Like it gets cold, it's raining like crazy. You guys are pretty miserable from having to ride on the cart with the furs and the hides. But fortunately, you approach the town of Dragonspear. And it's not a big town, it's a very small town. But you come to the inn, Dragonspear Inn.
Do your thing.
Go in.
Knock, knock, knock.
You enter
Perform
the
for us.
you enter the inn, and
Just
the
get that sleep.
main
Good farewell, the.
Oh, Jesus. Good farewell. So we walk in and we walk out.
you enter the inn, and actually
like
it's
Grandpa
it's,
Simpson.
it's a large inn. And you enter with Enom joins you, and
Boyd.
the other female halfling who hasn't
Lee.
spoken yet.
No.
hasn't spoken yet.
What's her name?
Lee the dwarf, with his cooking oil and his perfume, comes in. Actually, Boyd joins you. It's a large room.
Is Lewis there?
When you enter, you see a group of four men in the room, but they're the only ones in the room other than the innkeeper.
Mm. Hello, innkeeper.
4 hobbits.
What's your name?
The innkeeper's name?
Yeah.
Yeah, my name is Innkeeper.
You're the worst NPC ever.
Placeholder.
Ingrid the innkeeper.
I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to ask you to leave.
I will sing you a song. I'm a
What
celebrity.
race is he in?
Probably
I'm a
human.
celebrity here. Everybody loves me. You know this?
I would be, I'd love to have you, but unfortunately, the inn's been rented out for a private party tonight.
We're part of that party.
I'm actually hired for that party. I'm the entertainment.
Well, it's those guys over there, and they actually hired it out and said that it. Hey, are any of these people with you guys? And they look over at you,
We all smile.
and they all smile. Nope.
What are
Oh,
those
they
guys-
are drunk.
What do those guys look like?
Are you kidding?
I walk over to those guys.
They're sort of they look like they're sort of well-to-do gentlemen.
Oh,
Okay.
well-to-do gentlemen.
I mean,
I'm gonna walk over to
you're
them.
saying it's rented out. We can't stay over here, but we're allowed to sit. Or you're telling
They
us
rented
we
a
should
room-
just leave.
the rooms have all been rented.
And there's
paid
no
for,
spots.
and actually the main room is reserved for a private party.
Are
so
there
we
any
all have to
other
leave.
inns in the city? Anywhere else we could stay?
This is sort of the main. When you came into the town, this was sort of the main building in town.
Can you give us a chance just to say hello to our friends and remind them, and we'll remind them that they know us.
Those
then we'll
four
be
guys-
out of
You're
your-
asking
Yeah,
if,
whatever
we
you-
can, if we're allowed to walk over 10 feet? We'll just walk over 10 feet.
Well, he's
So
telling us
I'm
to
gonna-
get out.
I'm gonna walk over to those nobles,
Yeah, we'll just walk over.
or the well-to-do folk.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say, hello.
Hello and good.
Um,
What did you say?
I am from the noble house of the order, and I see that you seem very very well met. And I hear that you have this inn rented out for an evening.
It's
I'm
a
just
private party.
well, maybe our house is.
What
Could-
order are they?
I don't know.
Order.
Ask them
they,
if they're part of
are
the
they part of the
Phoenix or
Harpers?
the
I'll just say
Harpers.
a gentleman of my stature could certainly.
Stature.
Yeah, I actually have. Shut up.
He has stature.
It's like- I think it would be
I think so.
be worth your while to have me and my
We
compatriots.
don't give two shits who you are. We've rented the place out. Find somewhere else.
Good job. Good job,
Do they
Tenant.
have any badges on?
Well, maybe not.
Yeah, do they have any
Oh,
badges?
I think.
Maybe, maybe not to stay.
Hush,
But,
do they have any badges?
Yeah, you had
They're
your
not
chance.
wearing any They don't see where they're wearing.
Is anybody else from the caravan in this place right now?
I cast.
They're all
Seems
kind of
like
moving their
a
way
very
out.
close.
They don't.
Okay, so we all came in, like we came in with them, and he's kind of said to
You
everybody,
guys
you gotta
came
go.
in with you.
I'm gonna cast
Get out.
Charm Person on him.
Oh.
That's better than turning into a bear.
You were like just about to
Yeah.
morph, and then you're like, oh, that's better.
It's probably better. Leonardo DiCaprio.
Charm Person. You attempt to charm a humanoid.
Link.
Link, stop it.
You make a Wisdom saving throw.
Link, cut it out.
What's he want?
You just bugging him
Attention.
or something. Go to your crate. So I cast Charm. It's a Wisdom saving throw.
Doesn't work. Get your spell casting tricks out of here.
Hail and well met. I see you are a fellow noble.
Paladin, don't waste your time. Hit the road.
Bunch of jerks. I walk away crying.
Can I at least get the name of the man that's throwing a
Can
noble
we
out?
just tell
See you
them?
later.
Can you throw?
Wow.
Not attack people in the middle of the city.
Do the whip. The
Do the
whip
You
wave.
guys, you guys into whipping?
Do it in nay.
Do the whip wave.
Somebody. you
Enoch
guys-
comes over and grabs you by the arm and says, "Come on, guys, get out of here. We can't risk. This is our only stop halfway. We can't piss this guy off.
Do you know
We
who they
can't
are?
risk having this
All right,
place
Enoch.
closed off to us forever. It's never been like this before.
All right,
We'll
for
find
you,
figure something out.
I'll leave for you.
Do you know
Enon.
who they are, Enon? Like, we'll walk out with
Never
something.
seen these guys before.
Oh, okay.
Alright.
On the way out the door, one of them yells over to Temin, "Hope you have a good night." And they kind of laugh as you walk out
I
the
don't
door.
like them.
We're
They're
like, that's
fine.
it. Bear time.
Like, we were just about to walk in, you're like, that's it!
Should we attack them? DM?
Don't ask the DM. He
Who
can't
else
tell
did
you.
you know what
I'm
to
not
do?
just gonna attack.
I don't.
You want to attack, like, nobles?
As a bear,
But
yeah.
are we sure they're nobles?
Can't
or
we
are
just
they
sabotage some of their shit? They gotta
It's
have
true. Do
rooms
they have
or
shit
anything.
outside?
Do you have any horses?
Horses or something?
Well, they're not outside. They might
But
be
no,
in the stables or
for
something.
okay.
Enom,
Let's
where,
get my
where's,
owl
where's the...
to like attack them.
Yeah,
let's
that'll
let's
work.
pee on their.
You know,
let's
where's
pee on
the-
their-
where-
Enoch says, "What a bunch of assholes.
Where's everybody gonna stay tonight? Just back at the caravan, I guess?
What the hell are we gonna do?
I'm asking you. You've been the one that's traveled this for
Well, I can't cause trouble with
years.
this innkeeper. This innkeeper's always been fine to me. He must be some influence these four guys
And
have.
Oh.
I go like this, and I go like this. You can't cause any trouble. I get you.
Guys, they're under a spell. Detect magic.
I don't have
Enom,
detect
do you want
magic.
us to...
He's gonna take the tech magic, the zone of truth or not.
Who did detect magic?
You
Oh, I
did.
think I heard you.
Detect
I'm
magic
gonna-
because they're
I
under
love
spell.
Zoria might have it. She's just not sure.
At level 5, I have Zone of Truth. Why
Yeah,
can't we
you
be
do.
level 5?
Oh, I do have detect magic.
Okay,
Do
go
it.
ahead.
I do have detect. I'll detect magic.
You're gonna walk
You're
back in.
outside in the ring.
I have primeval awareness.
No, that's
There's
nothing.
no
Just
primeval people.
What the hell is primeval?
hurry up before I cast
Alright.
burning hands on this.
Yeah, do
Alright.
this detect magic.
Detect magic. I walk in again.
Is that a
You
cantrip?
go back in.
Sorry, I
It's not,
forgot.
it's
And
a-
you yell,
Say-
I forgot my.
Detect magic!
Yeah.
I detect
I
magic.
cast detect.
Can you? You gotta mark that down though.
Is it counts as a spell slot, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. You don't worry about it because you're gonna have unless you're gonna detect magic a whole bunch of times. These are little individual things.
Okay.
It's not like a dungeon where you're gonna have to. No, there's no magic. The guy goes, "What's the matter, Druid? Don't like the rain?"
It's raining. Who
Yeah,
hurt-
who
Who
said
hurt
that?
you? Okay.
Who hurt you?
Who hurt you? Who you
Hit the
want?
road. Take your thorn
Okay,
whip
we-
and get
These
the
guys
hell
are
out.
Manny, let's go. I call in.
Okay,
Alright.
let's go.
You guys are lucky he called me out.
We leave the inn.
I was supposed to
See you
go
later.
bear form on your ass.
See you later, tough guy. Laugh.
Let's get out and let's climb the walls and steal their shit.
Can
We just go.
let's see, can we just like,
Cause a
can
distraction.
I just peek in after we leave and just like see what they're chatting about, or like
Perception
try
check.
to, try to listen,
Nose or anything.
listen in on their
They're,
conversation?
right now, you like kind of put your nose up at the window when you go face to face with the guy. He's kind of looking out at you, just sort of chuckling. Just takes a sip of his beer.
That's
Waves. He waves.
it. Bear it.
Bear that
He
rope.
waves.
I really want to cast it.
I want the owl to go in and scratch their shit.
Scratch your eyes out.
Owlie is hiding. He doesn't like the cold, wet rain.
Can I go in and talk to the keeper one more
Let's go
time?
find another inn.
Go ahead.
I just want how much are these gentlemen paying you to for this establishment?
Ooh, that's a smart move. Much better than any of us.
Idiots.
Still at the window.
He doesn't seem too enthused to be talking to you. He's like,
Okay.
listen, they rented the place. You got to get the hell out of here.
Yura, what are you gonna
Sure.
do?
What about one of Boyd's beers?
I don't know.
Way
I
wiser.
don't really have.
Boyd Boyd.
Can
Alright, well, DM just wants to make us miserable for a night.
Okay.
Jerk.
The guys, as you leave, they go, go suck your deity, Uther. Paladin.
Alright, I go
Can
into
I-
a rage and go
Alright,
back
let's
into
go.
the
You're going to go into
I
a
actually,
rage?
I wanted to go over and ask him.
Kill him!
I'm bearing it up.
I was gonna
Let's go.
ask the
I'm-
guy if I can have a strength contest with him, like some sort of way to
Do
beat him,
it.
but